First off, first things first that we always try to get people to understand out here is who Ginn Lee is from the core. You know what I'm saying? So where you from?
From Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Dallas, Texas.
So coming up out in Dallas, what was life like for Ginn Lee?
I mean, shit, it wasn't easy, but, you know, you always hear that somebody had it harder, you know what I'm saying? So I don't too much like to just, like, dwell on it or, you know, but it was pretty fucked up. Or it's good to cuss a lot on here. Yeah, it's pretty, but yeah, my man, it's like, it was fucked up. It was fucked up, but it's cool though, you know what I'm saying? Shit, my parents, like, you know, they was heavy in the drugs back then, but they cleaned their shit up towards me getting older. So now me chasing my dreams, they can help me out with my kids and, you know, just kind of, you know,
second
help,
chance.
Yeah, second chance, help out, and then really, you know, everything happened for a reason, bro. God worked crazy, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a story, most definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely got a deep story.
So your parents were, even though they were battling that, they stayed together?
So like my mom, okay, so in the beginning, my mama was a stripper, you know what I'm saying? And my biological dad is like the son of a part owner of a strip club in a very famous strip club in Dallas. So, you know, they linked up obviously on whatever, you know, one night stand, whatever. That's how I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I got another man that I call dad, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, came in my life at like 6 months, you know what I'm saying, and raised me since I was 6 months years old.
Yeah.
And so that's all I know. That's my dad. So them was my stepdad, but, you know, the one that raised me, you know, him and my mom, them were the ones that was, you know, battling the drugs. That's Pops. And, they was on the drugs and shit pretty heavy. And, you know, it gradually just kept getting worse and worse until it was just all the way bad.
Yeah.
And, but nah, I mean, they bounced back, yo. Whenever you hit rock bottom, you either don't make it back or you gonna do something about it. And they did something about it, you know, thankfully. You know.
That's dope. You know what I mean? Addiction is a tough thing that a lot of people battle.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just like when it's the parents, it makes it real tough because you want to love them.
Nah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? And it's
but
just
you
like,
also
it makes
realize, like, you know, you learn, like, how to let go at a young age. Like, not to hold on to too much shit or, like, how you say it, just, like, learn from other people's losses and their mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm real big on learning, you know, from other people's mistakes, watching them.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I do like to, you know, how you say it, like, you know, you see the stove on, but you still want to touch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Test the waters.
You know what I'm saying? I like to test the waters, too, sometimes. I ain't going to lie to you. But, you know, for the most part, I learned from a lot of that shit.
Did you have any siblings growing up?
Yeah, I had a brother and a sister.
A lot of times when you got family, they can take them bullets, so to say. Take them bullets for you.
Right.
And you can learn from their mistakes. Like,
No, for sure.
I don't want to have to go through that.
But, you know, I'm the oldest, so they had to learn from me.
So you the one taking the bullets.
Yeah. But that, you know, that mean I had to grow up at a young age just because, you know, I was the oldest. I had to take care of.
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like. You ended up having to be in a home where you're taking care of the younger siblings. You know what I'm saying? My mother, a single mother. My oldest brother, he was the, you know what I mean, like the rock in the household whenever she wasn't around, because Pops wasn't around, so he was the, you know, he was the one that would hold it down. They're always like the, you know, for your younger siblings, it was like if they get in trouble, they're scared to get in trouble with you.
No, with
you know
me,
I mean?
For sure, 100%, yeah.
That's dope, though. It's dope to hear that they're doing better. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And they're in a space, especially now while you're ascending to stardom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you're sitting there going, you know, back and forth, doing shows, you know, doing podcast appearances, getting out flights and doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, you say you do get to move out of Dallas a lot. You get to do a lot of shows and stuff.
I travel a lot. Yeah, I'm on a plane every day.
Especially now. Yeah. Got to get up and go.
Gotta go.
Where y'all need me at?
Yeah.
Facts. So, Dallas, Texas. I'm guessing, even though you were the oldest sibling, that you had, like, were you in trouble out there in the schools and whatnot?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really start, like, my main focus was football at the very beginning.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of kept me out of trouble all the way until I say like late middle school, early high school.
Yeah.
And then it just got bad to where it's like, you know, we can't even get the cleats for football, so it's like, man, fuck this shit, like, you know, football. But you know, like that was really the main thing that kind of kept me out of trouble at a younger age. But yeah, once I hit like high school, it started getting rough.
What position were you playing out there?
I played center and then nose guard.
Fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big boy.
Getting the work done out there in the
Yeah,
trenches.
putting work
You know what I'm
in the
saying?
trenches, for sure. Yeah.
So Ginn Lee, we do come to know you from a lot of controversial moments.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
man.
You definitely have, and it seems like in this industry, I say this, I was just having a conversation the other day. It's like most people learn the negatives.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like rarely do you, like the positive things you're doing or the dope shit you're doing don't get as much publicity as all the negative shit that goes on. So, you know, obviously they say, here's the white guy that likes to use the N-word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we've seen you stand on it plenty of times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what is that? Knowing, did you know that was going to be one of the things that were going to be at the forefront when you started doing music?
Nah, I mean, it obviously, like, it always was like a topic, like, you know, like, you know, just like with, just questions from anybody that just, you know, wanted to, like, question it, like, you know, are you willing to, or whoop, and, you know, like, the fact is like, you know, like, I did have some people come around and, you know, they were known in the industry and all that shit and were trying to help me out at first. And, you know, I did try to stray from it and, like, refrain from it. But, like, I ain't gonna lie, just like me, like, I was just talking to Rugrat today, you know what I'm saying? When 1900, you know, we've been in the studio all day today, you know, and, like, you know, like, he's, like, it's like whenever you go in to the studio and, like, you can't fully be yourself, it just take away from the whole craft itself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not like, you know, an excuse or however you want to say it, because, you know, it is a touchy subject or like a, you know, a soft spot in the culture or whatever, just like the word itself. But, like, I done over-explained myself, you know, not too many times because, you know, I keep saying it again, but the way I'm saying it and the way, you know, somebody else that'll be racist would say, you know, we ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in my eyes. You can hear it in the music. Ain't nobody on no weird shit, you know? So it's just like, it's always been kind of like a controversial thing, but I did try to refrain from it. It just wasn't me. And then, you know, it's like literally like, you know, I was going through a really, really, really rough time in my life. And it was like, man, I really kind of don't even want to do this shit no more. So it's like, I'm going to just drop this last album called Genuine, lay it all out there, be myself, you know, put what I want on track. You know what I'm saying?
If it go, it go.
If it go, it go. If it don't, shit, I'm going to go to work and take care of my kids. And 6 days after I dropped it, it's just like, you know, Drewski posted and Lil Duval. And it just different people started posting it. And it was like, damn, like it went crazy. And then, but, you know, like you said, some of it was negative, you know, like, you know, these was comedians posted, so of course they trying to kind of make a joke out of it, but like, shout out Lil Duval, like he even made a post, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's some white out there, and y'all just gotta, like, accept that shit. I didn't say that, though, you know what I'm saying? He said it, I just want to put that on record. Because, you know, they'll try to clip that and make it a whole I ain't say that he said it, but, you know, I was just quoting him, but, like, you know, like, shit, bro, it's just, some people are gonna be all the way themselves and not care what you think. Just like, that's why we do got gay people that can go around. My bad, I don't know if that I could say just that word, but like,
gay?
You know, I just know that cancel culture is something for real.
Over here, we don't give a
No, I know y'all don't, but you know,
what I'm saying?
but
being smart.
I just, but it's just like, you know, like everybody's able to be themselves, like, you know, so it's like, how about everybody just be themselves to the full extent? Like I told Adam, like I was doing a no jumper like last week, And he's like, man, you don't know, like Rosa Parks, you know, she didn't know she was doing it for the black community when she stood on business and sat in the front. I'm not doing it for none of that. I'm not doing it for the white people to be able to say this and do that and all that shit. It's just point blank, period. Be genuine, be yourself. Like, this ain't me telling, white people, y'all can do this. No, you can't. You get your ass beat. You know, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get done. You're going to get done bad, bro. You think, but, you know, they don't know that, like, you know, I stand in them rooms and I stand in them places that, like, but that shit bricks sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these is places I'm most comfortable in. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel comfortable walking into a room and this is nothing but white people in there, like, quote unquote white people, you know? Yeah. And when I say, you know, and that's one thing too, like, we all know, like, when I say white people, I'm not talking about just white people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. I think,
when you say,
you know what the thing is most people know.
They know.
Commenters be trying to play pretend all the time.
They want everybody like to have something to talk about, bro. And it's just like, I'll be that.
People want their motherfucking comment liked. You know what I mean? Like my comment. I was the first to comment and say some stupid shit.
And if you always notice, like, a blog post me, if the first 5, 10 comments is good, everything gonna be good under the comment. Oh, it's Ginn Lee, that's a real one. He BTAF, you know, all that shit. If 5 people post bad, then it's all him, this, and that. So it's just like, it's all about following and leading and just being, like me, I'm going to just keep being consistent, you know, stay in people's face and just drop music. Yeah. Keep dropping.
Anybody that comments negative shit for a living, eat. There's no way around that shit.
My
you know
DM is crazy, bro.
Those are just eaters.
Hey, but you don't feel like they selective who they fuck with? Because 6ix9ine be saying all the time, you know what I'm saying? And like, people like that.
He gets blasted too, though, but he's got Latino,
it's like, you know, they gonna pick and choose. Like,